Today I'm going to show you an amazing SmplTrek trick.
Freebie.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shout-out goes to Calvin Goring. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. So, a little while ago, I made a video showcasing the SmplTrek's 3 global audio tracks and how they worked in the context of making a full song with them. Basically, on the SmplTrek, we have 16 different scenes that can be up to 128 steps, aka 8 measures long. And then we also have 3 global audio tracks that basically chain all the scenes together and treat them as one huge timeline. However, they also respect the rules of scenes. So, for instance, if we go into a scene here, we can set it to, I believe, 128 bars long or measures long, even though in terms of unique sequenced information in a scene, you can only have up to 16 bars, and it just repeats. In this case, it would be 8 times to make our 128 steps. Then you can also repeat entire scenes up to 16 times, so you can have 128 bars that repeat 16 times. However, like I said, you're still going to be limited to just 8 measures of actual unique sequenced notes, and then they will just repeat to fill out the 128 bars, and then that whole 128 bar sequence will repeat 16 times. But audio tracks take these numbers and treat them as basically just how they read. So you get 128 bars repeated 16 times, which is well over 1,000 bars of music. And yeah, you just get that in a global audio track. It just spans that length, which is really, really cool. You also get 3 takes in an audio track that you can shift between and pick the take that you like the most, or the segment from each take you like the most, and kind of splice them together. However, you only get 3 of those global audio tracks. The other 10 tracks, like I said, just can basically get you 8 measures of unique music. And you do get 16 of those across all of your scenes, so it's not an insignificant amount of music, but it's also not a ton if you're looking to write some longer music. However, I have discovered a little trick that changes the game and allows you to essentially have a global audio track in every single one of your 10 tracks here. Now, you are limited by the CPU and the memory, but it's a lot more freeing than just having 16 scenes at 8 measures each for these 10 tracks. The way we do that is by making a global audio track as long as we want, and then resampling that into a one-shot, and from there, allowing the one-shot to play all of its audio in a normal one-shot track. And it will actually play the whole length of the one-shot, which is just a sample. So to show you how it works, we're going to create some unique audio. I am just going to do some finger drumming on a pocket operator. Maybe we'll do 32 measures or something like that. So plugging in my input there, we've got the pocket operator right here, PO32 tonic. Turn on external source, hold function, press record source, make sure we are set to the left and right in. There we go, set our levels here. Good enough, sure. So first let's go into our scene settings here. So I'm gonna hold function and press 1 to go into scene number 1. Let's bring it down from 128 bars, that's a lot. Let's just go to 32 bars long. And we'll just say repeat is just at 1, which actually on here just means it'll play once. 32 bars is 4 times as many as a normal track would give us. So those are the scene 1 settings. Now we're going to go down to our global audio track. We'll just use number 1. Let's go ahead and enable it. It's going to take a second because it's going to give us 32 measures of recording time. And let's go into our global audio track. We can switch between our 3 takes with the first 3 track buttons here. We're just going to go on take 1. Now I'm just going to do some finger drumming into the global audio track. However, we could also use the sync jacks here to do some sequencing and play some sequenced drums in. I figured doing some finger drumming would be a bit more fun and a little more performative for the video. So Gonna jump out of there real quick, click tempo, turn on the metronome, back into the global audio track. We're still on scene 1 here. You can see we're going through all of our measures. If we scroll with C, we can see it goes all the way to 32 measures of unique recorded audio. So I'm going to hit record once, then record again. When I click play, it is going to give us a 4-beat count in, and then I'm going to be good to record. So here we go. Nearing the end. Okay, there we go. Now it's automatically going to stop because that's the end of the scene, and it is, or the end of the entire timeline because we don't have any other scenes set up. And it took a second to process there. If we go and hit play now, we can see we've got a global audio track recorded, right? So that's pretty normal for global audio tracks. We went over that a couple weeks ago. However, here's where the trick comes in. So I'm going to go back to the home menu, okay? I am going to hold function and press record source and use the A knob here to scroll all the way to the right to resample. And we can now select which track we want to resample using the C knob. We're going to go all the way down to global audio track 1. We can actually press play and see we have a signal coming in, right? Now, all I have to do is sample that audio into its own one-shot. So to do that, I'm going to go function and sampling. Okay, we still have signal. Nice. I'm now going to click start and then press play. And we should record the audio from global audio track 1 into its own one-shot. Here we go. And the click really doesn't matter here, since we're only recording the audio from the global audio track itself. The click will not appear in our recording. I'm going to fast forward this as it records this entire audio track that we just finger drummed. Okay, now I press stop because we're at the end, and we have recorded all of that audio into a one-shot. I'm going to click save. We can save it now to the pool or to the current project. I'm just going to save it to the pool, and we will just call it drum, since I'll probably not use this ever again since that was an absolutely horrid performance. Okay, so it has been saved to drum now. Now, to drive my point home, I'm actually going to go down to the global audio track and just delete it, okay? So the entire global audio track is gone. We have no tracks loaded into this project now. So we'll go to track 1, press OK. We are going to load in a shot track, which means per scene, we can pick one unique sample for that track to play per scene. So in this case, we are going to go pool, and we named it drum. There it is. Now it is going to take a second to process because it was a little bit of audio. There we go. If we click play, we can hear our sample. It's kind of quiet. You do have to play around with levels a little bit, but we've got that whole sample there ready to go, yeah? We can see all of the audio there, and it's going very slowly. So let's go ahead and click next. And now here we are in that one-shot track on scene 1. And if we do look at the scene 1 settings, we are still set to 32 bars. So let's go back into track 1 here, our one-shot track. We can see the length of this track right now is just 16 16th notes. So even if we max it to 128 16th notes, that's still only 8 measures, right? So we need to drop our note resolution. If we drop it down to 8th notes, that doubles our length, right? So now we're at 16. If we drop it down to quarter notes, now we have 32 measures, in theory anyway. So if I turn on sequencing here and put our sample on the first beat, you can see something's a little weird. It only populates the first measure. Right? Kind of weird. When I was figuring this out, this is the step that stumped me. So from here, if we press the pencil icon again, we can go to position, okay? And we can't really see it, but the endpoint is only set for basically one measure. So if we use the B knob, look at this, we can scroll it all the way to the end there, and then click OK. Now we're going to hit play. And as you can see, since we have this set to 128 quarter notes, we can watch it count along up there up top, but the whole clip is here, the whole audio track. And then it starts over from the beginning. So there we go, 32 measures on a one-shot track in just one scene. And yes, when you do the resampling, you can add effects. You can still add effects in the phase that it is now. And I believe we can even do automation and things like that per step as well. Which is really, really cool. So obviously it's not the simplest or most ideal solution, but it is a pretty cool workaround that essentially gives you 10 tracks of global audio tracks all the way up to 128 measures per scene. Super powerful, very cool. I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.